Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and in today's video I've been dying to do this, guys. I'm finally reacting to the newest songs from JOOHONEY from Monsta X. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of the things came out while I was on holiday, and then I was sick for a little bit, so I had to take a break. And basically I'm a bit behind schedule. And I've been avoiding spoilers like crazy. You guys don't understand how bad it was because I've been in a hyper fixation with mosaics again, and I feel like it's getting really bad. But anyway, I really, really like mosaics. I went to see their movie in theaters in December, like 2 days before I flew back to my country for holiday. Um, and I basically I was pulling my photo cards to take to the movie theater, and I realized I don't have a very big stock compared to other groups. And I was looking at like how many photo cards I had and who I had photo cards from. And I realized that I've been lucky enough that I get Kian's photo cards quite often. Is one of my bias, and I do tend to pull him. One of these photo cards is from one of his solo albums, but the rest is pretty much album photo cards. The other person of the group that is part of my bias line is I am. A lot of photo cards are actually, I have two from the actual Mosaics albums. The rest is from his solo work. And then my bias line, which is Shonu and JOOHONEY, I have very little photo cards. I have one Shonu photo card from the albums, from Mosaics albums, and the two photo cards I have for JOOHONEY are actually from his previous work, so Lights, which incidentally actually have one of my favorite photo cards of all time. Not just Mosaics photo cards, but actually general Mosaics photo cards, and is this baby. um, I'm obsessed with this photo card. As soon as I saw this on my local K-pop store a couple of years ago, I knew I had to buy it. And at the time, I was obsessed with mosaics, but I think it got worse, especially since they came back from military. We don't talk about the fact that another member of my bias line is going to the military. We don't talk about that. I also don't have a lot of cards from the other members. Like Yoongyun, I have like 3 photo cards. In Minhyuk, all the photo cards I have are from units. So I have like cute unit ones. I really like this one. And this one. But like, yeah. I have like one photo card of Shonu as well on the unit photo cards, but like Shonu evades me completely. Which is kind of funny. I'm not surprised though. But yeah, got distracted because I had this on my desk because I need to sleeve them and organize them on my binders. Um, in fact, I want to start putting my binders together, but I keep going back and forth on how to organize it. But yeah, this is a small stack, honestly, for mosaics, but I'm trying to not get carried away in terms of photo cards, but I will probably, there's another 2 from JOOHONEY that I really want to get. There's one from Kian that I really want. I think there's one from IM as well. There's on my wish list. But I probably will have a look at Minhyuk and show new photo cards to see if there's anything that I really want that I didn't get on the albums because, it'd be nice to have a couple more photo cards. I do like to sometimes put them on my backpack whenever I go. Even if I go to work nowadays, I'm not too fussed and not too worried about carrying those. But yeah, this whole to say that I'm getting more and more obsessed with Mosaics. I'm dying to see if they will announce a world tour that includes Europe because I would really love to see them. I never got to see them in concert before. I've seen IM on his own, and it was an incredible concert. Great memories, met incredible people. Mombabes are the loveliest people that I've met. Very chilled as well, which for me was so nice. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm really hoping they will announce a tour at some point that will include UK. Would be lovely to not just be London based, but let's be honest, the likelihood of being London only is quite high. So, it's fine. I did promise myself that this year there's 3 groups that would travel to London to see, and those are BTS, Monsta X, and 17. So I think it makes sense. Maybe ATEEZ again, because if they only announced London, I will probably go and see. But basically this year I'm being quite picky on the concerts that I want to go. So I'm hoping Monsta X. But yeah, I'm excited to see, because JOOHONEY is always a wild card for me when it comes to music. So I'm kind of curious. Sorry, it's quite late at night. I probably should be in bed instead of being recording this, but oh well. But yeah, I'm super excited to have a look on what he's done on this work. I know the song Sting has curse words because someone put it recently to play in a public space, and they had to switch it off because, technically they're not supposed to be playing this in public in the shop that it was. But anyway, that was a bit of a spoiler. I'm excited. Let's do this. Let's start with Push. With, I don't know who she is. I do apologize. I know the name Hive, but that's about it. I don't know any member of Hive, so that's it. Let's go. Office worker style.
Push. Baby, just push.
Ooh.
Push. No, baby, just push. Baby, don't stop this game. 재미없어 이런 말하기에 지금 흥미로워. 자연스레 넘나드는 레인 오고 가는 말 나 오늘 너무나도 외로워. 잠깐만 들어봐 혼자서 보내는 밤 여전히 나 너무 괴로워. 줄게 네 번호 자 불러 네 번호 달려갈게 바로 지금 당장. 날 당기는 너의 매력은 뭘까? Just I'm falling, falling, falling. Just calling, calling, calling me. 우리 가까워진 걸까?
Who are you?
멀리 멀리 너가 밀어내면 난또 내게로 가고 싶어. Push. Baby, just push. Push. No, baby, just push.
That looks more like a pull, but sure. Her voice is interesting.
내게 올려놨게 나의 모든 것도 내려놓을게 나의 모든 것도 다 필요 없잖아 고민 근심 걱정 이상하니 겁쟁이 내가 없어 겁도 쉬쉬 끝까지 가보자 뻔한 엔딩은 지겹다 너무 뻔하잖아 결말 이제 반전을 주자 내게 감동을 주라 The time is ticking 시간 없어 기회를 주라 날 당기는 너의 매력은 뭘까 Just I'm falling, falling, falling. Just calling, calling, calling me. 우리 가까워진 걸까? 아니 멀리 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 너가 밀어내면 난또 내게로 가고 싶은 push.
I am the other. What?
Baby just push. Push. Now baby just push.
あなたが私を押し出すと、私はあなたにもっと行きたくなる。私たち近づけられたかな？
Mind your order, break the shell. Sure. Interesting. The couple shirt is kind of funny. I like how it was, it has hip hop, it has his signature, but it was also quite like musical related. So you know how I don't know how to put this, but think La La Land type of thing. Or if you've seen Kingdom, specifically when B2B participated, there was arrangement of one of their songs that was a cinema version that they did for the performance. It kind of also had that kind of jazzy feel to it that is giving me a bit more musical style, which I really like, not going to lie. So it's kind of like a good juxtaposition, is experimental in a way. That's the K-pop that I used to be, you know, I think sometimes K-pop is getting a lot mainstream vibes. And I do understand there's a push for Billboard, there's a push for songs to not be longer than a certain amount of minutes, there's a push for, catchy chorus that you can use for TikTok sounds. I get it, but I do miss this style of, you know, experimental K-pop, which I really enjoy. Definitely like it. And his albums are always very interesting, don't get me wrong. Um, you know, I think the reason why I don't think he was my bias from the beginning and he's more like bias wrecker line, it was because um before I properly stand them, even though I only started listening to K-pop back in I only got back into K-pop in 2019. So only during the pandemic, that's when I went fully, let's explore multiple groups. And for some reason, yes, I had listened to a couple of songs from Monsta X, but I kind of was like, well, to do the proper experience, I'll go and watch the show where Monsta X was put together. Oh dear. It makes you like you understand them, but at the same time was quite intense to watch them and the emotional struggles. And I think that I created attachment to people, specific people, because of that. But the more I start listening to interviews, the more I start knowing the process of creating music, the more I think JOOHONEY kind of stood out to me and kind of raised the initial shock of how he was super upfront about things. And sometimes I tend to be a bit scared of those members. It happens with ATs as well. My first impression of Jungkook was like, oh my god, this dude is super serious. And I was kind of scared of him. And nowadays I just my teddy bear. And I say this the most respectful way. I see them they are incredible artists, but obviously the parasocial aspect of it sometimes is quite a interesting place. But like, for example, in Jungkook's case, he's 10 years younger than me, so it's like a younger brother type of situation. Majority of K-pop nowadays is like some of them can almost be my kid, so it's kind of an interesting dynamic. I'm very protective of people in a way, and I have no connection to them, but it's like, oh my god, they are like the cute brother or younger brother or like the annoying cousin type of thing. So I do apologize if sometimes I feel like I'm infantilized them. Is not the case whatsoever. They are grown adults. In fact, being exposed to a lot of things they've been in this journey, and almost every group, honestly, because they all start so young, they've been exposed to a lot of things. And yes, they might be young age-wise, but they have to deal with pretty heavy stuff, sometimes with being on spotlight. So they're not necessarily babies, sometimes even in the way they think or see the world, because they are pushed to grow up faster. Anyway, I went on a tangent. This is what happens when I'm tired. Do apologize for that. So the other song is called Sting, featuring Muhammad Ali, and this is the MV. And I also have one of the dance practice because I thought, you know what, I love a good dance practice. I'm not the biggest fan of butterflies, but definitely hate bees. I mean, don't hate bees, we need them, but I can't be near them. They terrify me. Wasps even worse, but yeah. No, no, don't do that. No.
One two microphone checker. 그래 got the rule checker. 불이 넘쳐 나의 깨끗은 mainstream을 향한 passion. 개소리 내봤잖아 깨갱. 어쩌라고 가서 강날 대갱. 다 필요 없어 가시게 feedback. 꽂아놓은 후가패 가볍게 whipping. I think dream is a marathon. Sweating on my body 아직 not enough. 과연 난 누구 어떤 character. 불집힌 열정에 go we. Now it's all now me. I go. I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Ooh, I like this.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. 사방이 쫙되다 한패. 걸 올려 이건 방패. 모두의 계획은 늘 발뺌. No more burn out. Keep doing my thing. 인생 알잖아 뭐 갈게. No brain, no pain. Don't think too much. I say I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a.
Oh no, no. No giant bees, please.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest.
I mean, ooh, it looks good.
The left, right, left, right. Let's just fight. I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
The dichotomy is quite funny.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Don't show me bees. I don't like bees. I'm terrified of bees. This feels a lot more like hip hop, show me the money vibes. Which I do think is one of his strongest suits, if you ask me. I do like his rap. I mean, is there any case where I don't have rappers either on my bias line or bias record line? because I'm pretty sure that's the case for pretty much all my groups. So, not surprised whatsoever. Um, but there's a reason why is also the case, because clearly he does know what he's doing. So, you know. But I'm kind of curious to see the proper dance practice. Sorry. Oh God. This is clearly. uh, it's currently 2 a.m. in the morning. I should be sleeping. But you know, we roll. Um, so dance practice, moving version, because they had multiple versions, but I went for the moving version. I'm kind of curious to see, because I like the movement of like slowing throwing hands during the chorus, because I thought it was aesthetically pleasing. Um, I don't know. I don't understand a lot about me dancing, but I'm intrigued about choreographies.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. One two microphone checker. 그래 got the rule checker. 둘이 넘쳐 나의 개cker.
Oof.
Main theme 물량한 passion. 개소리
He's so chic.
어쩌라고 가서 날 digging. 다 필요 없어 가시게 feedback. 꽂아놓은 후가배 가볍게 whipping. I think dream is a marathon. Sweating on my body 아직 not enough. 찾아 난 누구 어떤 character. 불집힌 열정에 go we not fall. Now can it's all now me I go. I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
It just looks effortlessly, and I know it's not. He's just so cool.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. 사방이 쫙 되다 한 패. 걸 올려 이건 방패. 모두의 계획은 발뱀. No more burn out 고기 상태. Keep doing my thing.
Yes, you do.
생활잖아 뭐 갈게.
Oof.
No brain, no pain. Don't think too much. I said I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Oof.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a
Footwork, movement. That's certain nastiness. I don't know how to explain, but it just looks cool.
I'm the greatest.
Ooh, this is really cool. Very cool.
The left, right,
Swag, swag, swag.
right. Let's just fight. I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yeah, this part, love it.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Oh, this is cool. Ooh, yes. As someone that grew up watching Step Up, Street Dance, all of those, I was obsessed. Have I ever tried this style of dancing? No. I want to, but I seem to be finding it quite difficult to find places to learn. But I would love to. Love dancing. Not that I've done much in terms of dancing. It was more like aerobics. I did salsa for a year. I did Zumba, but never anything like K-pop related. And I would love to. Not going to lie. I always wanted to, but it was never near me, nowhere near me that I could like go to classes. Now that I live in a big city, there's some options, but it's still like a lot more options for younger people. And I'm like, I'm 35, I will not register for classes where I'm going to have like teenagers. It doesn't seem right, but I would love to. I would love to learn. a couple of dances, and I love to learn the basics because it just looks so cool. Like especially footwork, I think is incredible. But very very jealous of them moving. Um, I think this work still feels very much like JOOHONEY. There's certain things that are identifiable as his sound or his style, definitely. Um, I think, there's just certain musics that only certain people can make. And I think this is the case for JOOHONEY. Um, it's just, yeah, it's just very cool. A very cool dude with incredible music. Also, I do like when he goes in a bit more singing voice. I think this is a bit of a guilty pleasure type of thing, but incredible. Absolutely love it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this new release from JOOHONEY. And if you have anything you'd like me to react to from Monster X, as I say, yes, I've been following them, but there's so much content for Monster X, for other groups that I follow that it's sometimes difficult to keep up with everything. But if you have anything in specific, throw it into the comments and I will try my best to react to at some point. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And I guess I'll see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much. Bye.